What's going on, guys? Welcome back for another forecast. This time we're doing episode 3 of Hawkeye, which comes out on Wednesday. Got a whole lot of stuff to cover, so let's get right into it. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and then share this thing all across the multiverse. First off here, I'm saying there is 100% chance here. We've already seen a lot of articles, a lot of things online, that the episodes, particularly 3 and 4, are going to be a lot shorter. Normally, it doesn't matter, and that's not necessarily a prediction, but the idea that these episodes are going to be shorter just from a storytelling standpoint really open up a lot of possibilities and change the story. So moving forward, all the rest of these predictions are based off of a lot of this information, as well as some things that we saw in the last episode and a lot of the setup coming. So just stick with those ideas. This is where we're coming with this. There's a lot of rumors about this going to be happening. That changes a lot of stuff. So here we go. There's going to be a lot of pop-up storms. 100% chance here. Obviously, this is an action story. There's going to be some battles, but we ended the last episode with both of our heroes captured by Echo and the Tracksuit Mafia. So we're going to have something happen here. They're either going to have to be obviously let go, or there's going to be some kind of fight for them to get out. That's just going to be in the first 5 minutes of the episode, 10 minutes of the episode, and then we're going to have some kind of battle later on. There's a whole lot of things that we've already seen. I'm kind of jumping ahead here. We're going to get a Clint and Kate team up with a twist here. They threw our characters together so quickly because we only do have a 6-episode run. Keep in mind, our next 2 episodes are really short, so we're going to have to get them together really quick. But because we found them captured in this last episode, I think this team up's going to come with some other stuff. I don't think it's just going to be the 2 of them. Something else is going to happen here. Echo in the comics is not completely a bad guy. So does she change? Is she working both sides? What's going to happen here? We're going to get this team up real quick. Clint has already sent his children home. They're back with his wife. They're doing Christmas stuff at home. And so he is free to go into a team up and go into a battle. But what that looks like and who else joins the fight here, I think is going to be really interesting. I don't think that it's just going to be the 2 of them getting out of things completely. Something else is going to happen here to move the story forward. Having said that, I think in episode 3 here, we're going to use up most of our trailer footage. I say heavy fog here because moving forward with episodes 4, 5, and 6, there's a lot of stuff that we haven't seen. They haven't really teased a lot of different things. I know with Loki, if you go back and look at some of the trailers, they used footage in the trailers from things in episodes 5 and 6. Now, you didn't know what you were looking at, but there were things that were not even used in the series, and then things that were actually in the end that they were just showing you some fantastic images. I think with this Hawkeye series that they've only shown you, and we're only going to get the rest of the trailer footage we've seen in episode 3, except for some of the full suit-up things that you've seen. There was a shot in a hockey rink with Hawkeye and Kate fighting and shooting at different angles. I don't think that's going to be in this episode. Maybe episode 4, but everything else moving forward is going to be new and hidden. Because of that, our last 3 predictions here are really, really important. I say heavy fog, again, because we don't know what's coming. We don't know what's past these trailer things, and there's a whole lot of stuff they could do. I think that means they intentionally are shrouding us from some things that might give away a few things. Having seen a lot of New York City itself, and go back and look, they highlighted a lot of buildings, a lot of locations, this underground auction ring, all these different places, not just, hey, there's an exterior of a building we've never seen, and then here's the interior, but we get big open shots of these buildings that we're supposed to recognize, or that we're supposed to come back to later, or just to kind of give the scale of what's going on. Not to mention Broadway with the Rogers musical. So there's a showcase of the city, as well as we have a lot of villains to talk about here. Jack Duquesne, Armand Duquesne, who's already dead, but those 2 guys and what they're up to. the introduction of Echo at the end of episode 2. Kazi the Clown, who you got to see him unmasked as a tracksuit mafia guy, but he is going to play a big role as well. And then there's something else going on here. There's some other stuff happening. I put my little Daredevil guy here because highlighting the villains and highlighting this gritty underworld stuff gave me a lot of Daredevil vibes. And so I think we're going to get a lot more of that because I think there is a high cameo alert to be issued. Now, I got a 40% chance, and with subsequent episodes 4, 5, and 6, this prediction is going to go up. I don't think we've seen everybody that we're going to see. Something is going to happen. Now, I don't think we're going to get Matt Murdock, obviously, but a Kingpin cameo. Vincent D'Onofrio was really, toying with people on Twitter for a long time. And I think that lines up with some of these shorter episodes. We got shorter episodes. We've already got our characters teamed up. I don't think you're going to go 4 more episodes with just the 2 of them bouncing around New York City. Something else has got to happen, and there's a twist that we haven't seen yet. And I think it involves not only highlighting these areas that we're going to see again in other series, but also giving us maybe some Kingpin setup, the guy pulling the strings behind the guy that we're seeing fight, or woman in this case being Echo. And Echo is the adopted daughter of Kingpin in the comic books. So look for a cameo maybe early on. I think there's a high possibility of that we get some kind of cameo, that a team up there that we haven't seen yet. And that leads me back down right here to this cold front here that is Eleanor and Jack. Now, Jack Duquesne, obviously in the comic books, if you've done any kind of Googling, is the villain swordsman. They make a lot of reference to that with, what's with all the swords, Jack, those kind of things in episode 2. And so, but Eleanor, I do not think is as innocent as she seems. What happened with her and her husband at the beginning of episode 1? Why does Armand not want Jack marrying Eleanor? And what's going to happen from here on out with those two? I think Eleanor's a lot more involved with this, or at least more willing to be okay with whatever Jack's into than is already been let on. And whatever they're doing may or may not be connected with all this other stuff, but I think whatever they're doing is going to cause a lot of damage, collateral damage, or at least set Kate on her path more definitively. So, a lot of stuff to go through, a lot of different options here, but I think these shorter episode times, I think Marvel kind of tipped their hat to painting themselves into a little bit of a corner with, hey, we got to get this story moving really, really quickly. And I think introducing some of those cameos and introducing some of these different elements early on is going to make for a much more dramatic finish than just fighting the way we've seen some of these other series go. They fight, and then the end of the show is when you get some big twist or some big revelation like we did with WandaVision or Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So I think you got a little different storytelling elements going on here, and I think it's going to be a lot more far-reaching. This show could potentially do a lot of heavy lifting in the MCU, introducing different characters and introducing different locations like we already talked about. So tell us what you guys think. The first 2 episodes I thought were really great. I think it set Marvel on a really awesome trajectory moving forward with the rest of these series. And just in 2 weeks' time, Spider-Man No Way Home comes out as well. So there's a whole lot of content coming and a whole lot of connections and revelations that could be made moving forward. So hope you guys enjoy the new episode. I'm looking forward to it. As always, like and subscribe to our channel. Share this video everywhere you can. And check out some of our other videos over here if you don't mind. A lot of different things going on. When the next one drops, we'll catch you guys right back here.